In Burnsville, when a call for service comes out like this, police officers from all over are going to respond.
A tense situation in Oakdale overnight, where police say they were in an armed standoff for several hours after a domestic call. Police say a man began firing at them, then ran into a home. He eventually surrendered and no one was hurt. It is frighteningly similar, of course, to that Burnsville call where 2 police officers and a firefighter paramedic were shot and killed last month.
These types of calls are taking a big toll on first responders, even if they're not on scene. Ian Russell here with the support that's out there for these heroes. Ian?
Yeah, well, the Minnesota Firefighter Initiative focuses on helping firefighters in 3 key points: cancer, cardiac, and emotional trauma, 3 big hazards that come with the job. And in the wake of what happened in Burnsville, emotional trauma is high, which is why they say it's not a surprise that calls for help saw a spike. As time passes, things return to normal. In Burnsville, firefighters are back, responding to calls again. Still, what happened stays.
Incredible tragedy for everyone involved.
And trauma never truly leaves. An unwanted guest in the minds of first responders still coming to terms with what happened.
And of course, we started getting calls for help and resources almost immediately.
Whether they're in Burnsville or not, whether they knew the first responders killed or not.
Maybe it brings things to the surface for people that weren't directly involved, but are thinking about their own mortality and other, near misses that they've had.
George Espenson is the board president for the Minnesota Firefighters Initiative, a group focused on providing support for firefighters. He's also the former fire chief for Eden Prairie, still struggling through what he saw himself.
Nobody's immune to the rigors of the job, both physically and mentally.
He's not alone. The Minnesota Firefighters Initiative offers call lines for active personnel to get the help that they need. In a typical month, they'll receive about 500 minutes of calls for support.
Following the tragedy in Burnsville, we received 400 minutes of calls just in the first 2 weeks.
Does that number surprise you at all?
No, I guess what it makes me think of is just how statewide the impact is and everyone's thinking about it.
A pain that won't leave, and one that Espenson says you don't have to fight alone.
And it's really important to know for people that it's okay to not be okay.
If you're an active firefighter who needs help either with what happened in Burnsville or anything that may be troubling you, you can call the number that's over my shoulder here. That's 888-784-6634. You can call that number statewide, and calls are answered 24/7. They are completely confidential, and there are more free resources over on care11.com. Julie?
All right.